Billionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
A poor man prayers,
every man bleeds.
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy SL550, and this is the N.G.L.A podcast, where we talk about politics, sports, what's going on in the world, everything. It doesn't matter, man. But before we start, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Also, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time your boy drop a dope video. Today, man, of course, we're going to give you some updates, what's going on in the Trump administration. We're going to look in on Karoline Leavitt, and she had a press conference today kind of going over everything that Trump is doing, man. He is really doing big things, man, and I think people need to just, clap it up. I went past the gas station today. I said, yo, gas is $2.85. Now, that's still expensive when you look at it from, when it was under $2. Before 4 years ago. But, it was literally last week, it was at $3.09. I think it was upwards of like almost $3.15 in some places. But it's down to $2.85, man, out here in New Jersey. And, it's just looking up. And I'm happy for that. Also, we're going to get into Trump signing a new executive order. I don't know what it's for, what it's about, but we're going to find out today. And also, it's a lot going on in the commentating space, bro. From Shannon Sharpe, Gilbert Arenas, Gillie Da Kid and Cam still going at it. So, we're going to get into a little bit of this, a little bit of that, man. Let's have some fun today, man. I'm going to let y'all know this, man. I'm off zilch sleep. I worked, 12 hours straight. I was supposed to work 16. I left 2 hours early. Did some running around. I cut some hair. And finally I got back home about 30. Well, I went home. I forgot something at the store. I had to go back and get it. A bunch of bullshit. So long story short, I got here a little bit ago, and I said, man, I'm going straight in. I ain't playing, man. I've been kind of lacking on the last couple videos, and I was kind of mad about it. So I kind of, zoned in, and now I'm back, man. So I'm off zero sleep, but I really feel good, though, man. So I'm only going to get about 2 hours of sleep because I wanted to go live, and because I love this shit, man. So let's get into it, man. This is Karoline Leavitt today, having press brief. See what she talking about.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have a lot of news today, and I have quite a few announcements for you, so let's get to it. First, on behalf of the President and the White House, we express our deepest condolences to the family of New York police officer Islam, who made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of his fellow New Yorkers. As the funeral services are held in New York City today, everyone at the White House is keeping the officer's family, friends, and fellow NYPD law enforcement officers in our thoughts and prayers. The President has always, and will always, proudly stand with our men and women in blue. May God bless Officer Islam and the other individuals who were tragically killed in this senseless act of violence. In other news, President Trump's working visit to Scotland was a huge success. In less than 48 hours, President Trump brokered the biggest, most impactful trade deal in history and prevented a war in Asia for the second time since he took office. We have never had a president who wields the full power of the United States to negotiate good deals for our country and its people like President Trump. This is what maximum leverage looks like. On the peace front, President Trump helped deliver an immediate and unconditional ceasefire between Thailand and Cambodia. The two countries were engaged in a deadly conflict that had displaced more than 300,000 people until President Trump stepped in to put an end to it. The president spoke directly on the phone with the acting Prime Minister of Thailand and the Prime Minister of Cambodia to inform both leaders that unless they brought their conflict to an end, there would be no trade discussions or agreements with the United States. Almost immediately afterward, a peace was brokered that will save thousands of lives and allowed for trade negotiations with these countries to resume, and they have. The president has now ended conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia, Israel and Iran, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, India and Pakistan, Serbia and Kosovo, and Egypt and Ethiopia. This means President Trump has brokered, on average, about one peace deal or ceasefire per month during his 6 months in office. It's well past time that President Trump was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. I know the topic of Israel is on everyone's mind. I have an update from Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, who I got off the phone with this morning. Special Envoy Witkoff and Ambassador Huckabee had a very productive meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu and other officials today in Israel on the topic of delivering much-needed food and aid to Gaza. President Trump is a humanitarian with a big heart, and that's why he sent Special Envoy Witkoff to the region in an effort to save lives and end this crisis. Tomorrow, Special Envoy Witkoff and Ambassador Huckabee will be traveling into Gaza to inspect the current distribution sites and secure a plan to deliver more food and meet with local Gazans to hear firsthand about this dire situation on the ground. The Special Envoy and the Ambassador will brief the President immediately after their visit to approve a final plan for food and aid distribution into the region, and we will provide more details for all of you once that plan is approved and agreed on by the President of the United States. On the trade front, the President secured a historic trade agreement with the European Union that puts America first and fundamentally strengthens the economic relationship between the two largest economies in the world. This deal delivers on two of President Trump's core promises on trade, supercharging America's manufacturing capacity and opening up foreign market access to American businesses. The deal guarantees that American businesses will have unprecedented levels of access to the European Union markets to export our American-made goods. Also, as part of this agreement, the EU will purchase $750 billion in U.S. energy to strengthen our energy dominance, reduce European reliance on adversarial sources, and narrow our trade deficit with the EU. The EU will also make new investments of $60 billion in the United States, in addition to the more than $100 billion the EU companies already invest in the U.S. every year. All of these massive purchases and investments will happen by the end of 2028. What we are watching is President Trump rebuilding the greatest economy in the history of the world and simultaneously proving the so-called economic experts wrong at every turn. Media pundits said a trade deal with the EU.
Yo, real quick, bro. That, right, what she just said is the biggest fact of them all. They get all of these motherfucking fact expert pushers going on CNN and MSDNC and all of that, and they just be saying anything to go against Donald Trump. And he has literally proven everybody wrong, bro. Like, what can you say at this point, bro? What can you say? He doing big deals, bro. The EU is 27 countries. That's a massive deal. And I'm almost sure, too, that he also had a deal with China, too. So he doing big shit, man. Like, you know, he got them coming to the table and opening up their market, which is very, very important, bro. People don't understand how important that really is, man, because not only is it bringing major, you know, money here with the tariffs and everything, think about it. He got them to agree to put 0 tariffs on the United States, and we still putting 15% on them. I don't know what, man. He coming like my boy, God damn, I got a motherfucking brain fog right now. We'll come back to that. He coming like the Eagles GM, though. I don't know why. I can't think of it. It's out of control, bro. For real.
This monumental and beneficial to America would be impossible, but President Trump made it happen. The so-called economic experts repeatedly said that the American economy would be in a recession this summer. Well, summer is here. It's almost over. And that recession does not exist. Yesterday, in fact, real GDP growth in the second quarter increased at a 3.0% annual rate, significantly above expectations. President Trump's America First policies are driving economic growth, as he always said they would. And this growth is being driven by the private sector, not the government. Federal government spending fell for a second straight quarter, while real business fixed investment rose by nearly 2% following its first quarter surge. President Trump is right-sizing government spending, reversing the damage done by the Biden administration, and allowing the private sector to flourish. The same so-called experts claimed that President Trump's tariffs would spike inflation and hurt American consumers. But consumer spending growth just accelerated, and inflation remains right on track. For the past 5 straight months, core inflation has come in below market expectation and remains in line with the Fed's 2% inflation target. Meanwhile, customs and tariff revenues have already totaled more than $150 billion since President Trump took office, leading to the first June budget surplus in nearly a decade. Those revenues will skyrocket even further starting tomorrow when new reciprocal tariff rates take effect. President Trump is restoring America's economic sovereignty by reducing our reliance on foreign countries, boosting investment in the U.S. to the tune of trillions of dollars, and creating hundreds of thousands of high-paying jobs for the American people. With America finally put first on trade and the largest middle class...
Donald Trump is the Howie Roseman of politics, bro. He's the Howie. Just saying.
Tax cuts in history and other pro-growth provisions of the One Big Beautiful Bill beginning to take effect, the American economy will boom like never before over the course of the next 3.5 years, thanks to the president's vision. Finally, as you all know, the president signed an executive order earlier this year to solve the problem of exorbitant pharmaceutical pricing. According to recent data, the prices that Americans have been paying for brand name drugs are more than 3 times the price other similarly developed nations pay. The president is determined to solve this problem and took further action today. He has signed 17 letters to pharmaceutical companies' CEOs, and I would like to read you one of these letters to the CEO of Eli Lilly. All of these letters will be provided to you following this briefing. This is to the CEO of Eli Lilly from the President of the United States. On May 12th, 2025, I signed an executive order delivering most favored nation prescription drug pricing to American patients to stop global freeloading and guarantee that Americans pay the same prices enjoyed by other developed nations. Right now, brand name drugs in the United States are up to 3 times higher on average than anywhere else for the identical medicines. This unacceptable burden on hardworking American families ends with my administration. Most proposals the Trump administration has received to resolve this critical issue promised more of the same, shifting blame and requesting policy changes that would result in billions of dollars in handouts to industry. Moving forward, the only thing I will accept from drug manufacturers is a commitment that provides American families immediate relief from the vastly inflated drug prices and an end to the free ride of American innovation by European and other developed nations. Accordingly, I'm calling on Eli Lilly and Company and every manufacturer doing business in our great country to take the following actions within the next 60 days. Extend the most favored nation pricing to Medicaid, guarantee most favored nation pricing for newly launched drugs, return increased revenues abroad to American patients and taxpayers, provide for direct purchasing at most favored nation pricing. The President's team, including Secretary Kennedy and Administrator Oz, stand ready to implement these terms. The President expects to further engage with them immediately in good faith to deliver relief for American families. Make no mistake, a collaborative effort towards achieving global pricing parity would be the most effective path for companies, the government, and American patients. But if you refuse to step up, we will deploy every tool in our arsenal to protect American families from continued abusive drug pricing practices. Americans are demanding
not just drug prescriptions, bro. They raping us on everything that has to do with like healthcare in general, bro. You don't know, you get a bill, bro. You go to the doctors just to get some blood drawn. and get a bill for fucking $15,000. Like, they out of control, bro. There's no set price for any of this shit, and it needs to be. Like, you should be able to go into the doctor's office and be like, all right, like, what's my options? You know, what does my insurance cover? Like, what's the sense of having insurance? I'm gonna be honest. At this point, I've really been thinking about canceling my shit. Cause don't get me wrong, I like having the coverage, but at the same time, if I'm still getting bills and still gotta go pay for prescriptions every time I go to the, like, what are we talking about? They need to fix that.
Lower drug prices, and they need them today. Other nations have been freeloading on U.S. innovation for far too long, and it is time they pay their fair share. I look forward to your binding commitments to each of these goals by September 29th, 2025, and my team stands ready to assist with implementation questions. Thank you for your immediate attention to this vital national priority. Signed, President Donald J. Trump. Again, to the CEO of Eli Lilly, this letter in its form has been designed for each of the 17 major drug and pharmaceutical companies in the United States. And we're happy to provide you with the full list.
Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel.
17 letters popping on Truth Social very shortly, so you can look out for those, and I'm happy to take any further questions. Before we get to questions, I do have one other announcement from the White House and from the President. We are proud to announce that the construction of the new White House ballroom will begin. For 150 years, presidents, administrations, and White House staff have longed for a large event space on the White House complex that can hold substantially more guests than currently allowed. President Trump has expressed his commitment to solving this problem on behalf of future administrations and the American people. The White House is one of the most beautiful and historic buildings in the world. Yet the White House is currently unable to host major functions, honoring world leaders in other countries without having to install a large and unsightly tent approximately 100 yards away from the main building's entrance. The White House State Ballroom will be a much-needed and exquisite addition of approximately 90,000 total square feet of innately designed and carefully crafted space with a seated capacity of 650 people, which is a significant increase from the 200-person seated capacity in the East Room of the White House. In recent weeks, President Trump has held several meetings with members of the White House staff, the National Park Service, the White House Military Office, and the United States Secret Service to discuss design features and planning. President Trump has chosen McCreary Architects as the lead architect, which is well known for their classical architectural design and based right here in our nation's capital. The construction team will be headed by Clark Construction, and the engineering team will be led by AECOM. The project will begin in September 2025, and it is expected to be completed long before the end of President Trump's term. President Trump and other donors have generously committed to donating the funds necessary to build this approximately $200 million structure. The United States Secret Service will provide the necessary security enhancements and modifications. The White House ballroom will be substantially separated from the main building of the White House, but at the same time, its theme and architectural heritage will be almost identical. The site of the new ballroom will be where the small, heavily changed and reconstructed East Wing currently sits. The East Wing was constructed in 1902 and has been renovated and changed many times, with a second story added in 1942. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles has provided the following statement. President Trump is a builder at heart and has an extraordinary eye for detail. The President and the Trump White House are fully committed to working with the appropriate organizations to preserve the special history of the White House while building a beautiful ballroom that can be enjoyed by future administrations and generations of Americans to come. In the White House, we will continue to provide the American public and all of you in the press with updates on this project at whitehouse.gov/visit. And if you go there shortly, you will be able to see renderings and visuals of what this ballroom will look like, both the exterior and the interior. I have provided some photos for all of you in the room today. This is the interior of the ballroom space.
Extravagant.
And then this is the exterior of the ballroom space. As you can see, it will come off of the executive mansion as it sits today, and the East Wing will be modernized and renovated. We're happy to answer any further questions on that, Jennifer. Since you're so eager, I will go to you, but first, as always, I want to start with our new media seat, Ben Weingarten. Why don't you go ahead, Ben?
Thank you. In light of the release, the declassification
Let's see
of
what
the
bullshit they gonna be
annex
talking about.
to the Durham report today, beyond any potential prosecutions, the outcomes of which will likely be uncertain, what does the president believe justice for Russiagate ought to entail? Might it include restitution for those whose lives were upended as a consequence of Russiagate, and perhaps a major reorganization of the national security apparatus?
Well, I think a major organization of the national security apparatus, at least here at the White House within the National Security Council, has indeed taken place, and the president entrusts his current CIA director, John Ratcliffe, and our ODNI director, Tulsi Gabbard, to make the necessary changes to ensure classified intelligence, especially that could implement or hurt the national security of our country, does not make its way into the hands of irresponsible actors who want to politicize that intelligence for their own end. Since you brought up the declassification report that was put out by Senator Grassley today, I'm glad you brought it up, because this should be a story every outlet in this room should be covering. This is further evidence that Hillary Clinton approved the Russia hoax against President Trump. Her campaign financed it. Again, she approved it. And the FBI and the CIA were both weaponized.
We knew it, people. We knew Crooked Hillary. Remember Crooked Hillary? They was all chanting, lock her up. Man, Trump should have locked her the fuck up. Fuck Hillary, man. And fuck Barack Obama. And any of you niggas watching who love Barack Obama, Barry Sertos, fuck you too.
To, as our director of CIA has said, accelerate this hoax against then candidate and former President Trump. To answer the heart of your question, the president wants to see justice served, and he trusts the Attorney General and the Department of Justice
Put him in jail.
to implement that justice and hold these people accountable.
One more question, briefly,
Sure.
if I may, on a totally different topic. There's been legislation reintroduced in the House and Senate on designating the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization. The Muslim Brotherhood is considered by many to be the fountainhead of Sunni Islamic supremacism, from which Hamas and other groups have spawned, with a nexus to domestic organizations as well. Does the president support designating the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization?
Frankly, I'm not sure, because I haven't talked to him, and I would never want to get ahead of the National Security Council on specific designations. It sounds like something this administration would support, but we can get a firm answer for you. How's that?
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Jennifer, go ahead. Eager beaver today.
How much of the East Wing will be torn down? The entire East Wing or just parts of it?
So the East Wing is going to be modernized. The necessary construction will take place. And for those who are housed in the East Wing, including the Office of the First Lady, the White House Military Office, the White House Visitors Offices, those offices will be temporarily relocated while the East Wing is being modernized.
And then on Israel-Gaza, there are some reports that negotiations with Hamas might not be continuing. Did you get any updates from Steve Witkoff on that?
I did. Special Envoy Witkoff is actively talking with our counterparts in Israel about that, and he wants to give some grace to the president so he can fully brief the president on what he's learning on the ground in both Israel and Gaza. But the president put out a very strong statement on Truth Social this morning, which I'm sure you saw, and he said the quickest way to end this entire conflict, the humanitarian crisis that we've seen, and the crisis in Israel that of course started on October 7th when Hamas brutally kidnapped and raped innocent Israelis, that terrible terrorist attack, is for Hamas to surrender, to release all of the hostages, and to end this conflict. And that's what the president wants to see. He's made that very clear. But the special envoy will be in Gaza tomorrow, as I shared with you previously. Josh.
Can you give us a little more clarity on the tariff timing? You said that the reciprocals will take effect tomorrow. Does that include the new auto rates, for instance?
We need that bag.
Is this all coming effective
Give
tomorrow?
us that bag.
So some of the countries you just mentioned, Japan, South Korea, they have bespoke trade deals that the president cut, which, just to backtrack for a second, Josh, we promised that the president would negotiate with countries all around the world to cut tailor-made trade deals depending on those countries' challenges, how badly they've ripped off the United States of America and our manufacturing industry and our workforce in the past. And he has done that. Of our 18 major trading partners, 2/3 of those trading partners have a deal. We've sent out 7.
Hey, yo, just think, right? Donald Trump is saying they've been fucking us on trade since, like, he got interviews from the 80s talking about this. He's been saying the same shit. And that's why you gotta you gotta believe the things that Donald Trump be saying because he's been so consistent for so long. You know what I mean? So he wants, I don't want to say like revenge, but he definitely wants to be reciprocated for all of the decades that they've been fucking America and all of our weak ass presidents been letting them do it. But they only been letting them do it because they be lining their pockets, you know, regular greed shit. You know, fuck the American people. But you know, Donald Trump got our back, people. He got our back.
17 letters to countries around the world. And the rest of those countries that either do not have a deal or have a letter, they will be hearing from this administration by the midnight deadline tonight. So yes, tomorrow, August 1st, the reciprocal rates will be going into effect. If more deals are cut between now and midnight, I will never count out the president. You've seen him do it before. He cut 3 deals in one day very recently. So we'll see what happens. I do know foreign leaders are ringing his phone, realizing this deadline is a real thing for them tomorrow when they're bringing offers to the table.
And we're reporting that the president wants to meet David Solomon of Goldman Sachs today. Can you say what they'll discuss, if anything, in that meeting?
I won't discuss the president's private meetings from this podium, and it hasn't taken place yet unless he gives me liberty to do so.
And finally, have you talked with the president about his position on the stock trading ban bill before Congress? He obviously had pretty loaded comments about Senator Hawley. There's some reporting that they've since spoken. What is his position on the current status of that bill?
The president has spoken to Senator Hawley, who called him, and the president took that call. As the president said in the Roosevelt Room yesterday, conceptually, he of course supports the idea of ensuring that members of Congress and United States senators who are here for public service cannot enrich themselves. And the reason that this idea to put a ban on stock trading for members of Congress is even a thing is because of Nancy Pelosi. I mean, she is rightfully criticized because she makes, I think, $174,000 a year, yet she has a net worth of approximately $413 million. In 2020.
Damn! Hold on, we're going to end it right there because I got a video on that tomorrow. I don't want to spoil it, people. But listen, we got a video tomorrow about Nancy, little grimy ass bitch. Yo, I didn't even know that. 400. Damn. Nancy let me hold something. Shit. I thought it was like 200. That's still a lot, bro. To make $170,000 a year and you worth 400 million. God damn. They be taking advantage, boy, for real. But I got a video on that tomorrow. It's going to be good. We're going to get into Nancy grimy ass. They be doing that. They be doing the insider trading shit for real. They don't be playing. They be really taking advantage. And come on. You look at Nancy Pelosi, bro. You be like, man, that bitch don't know shit about no motherfucking stocks and none of that shit. She just strictly is getting inside information because she, you know, she's in the know. She's in politics. These people be doing a lot of insider trading. They built the whole app. I forgot what the app is called, but this guy built the app. Damn, what was that joint called? I forget. But they built the whole app and it's based off of because I believe when you do. I've been looking at stocks a little bit, but I've been doing a little bit of paper trading on Webull, just fucking around, just trying to get to know it. But they built that app where you could basically follow people like Nancy Pelosi, all of these people that are getting this inside information, and you could kind of base your trades off of theirs because they have to report their trades. They got like a certain amount of time to report their trades or whatever the case may be, and you can kind of go with their trades because, you know, they be having an inside scoop. I forget what it's called, but, you know, somebody had dropped the app on that. Maybe I'll get it tomorrow, matter of fact. I'm pretty sure, you know, if you into that type of shit, you heard about it. But let's get into this. Trump signing this executive order. It's like let me see. It's a 37-minute video. I don't know if I'm going to play the whole video, but because, you know, I got a few other things to get on to, but we're going to see what he's talking about, see what this executive order is about. And, yeah, man, you feel me? See what he's talking about. Hold on. Where's the sound? Oh, there we go. I'm about to say, the hell?
Nice to see you. How are you?
Everybody make sure you like, share, comment in the video. Give me a thumbs up, a heart, or something. I really appreciate it. And also hit that subscribe button if you ain't already subscribed. Trump really the big homie, bro.
We have a lot of athletic talent and great people behind me. And we're going to do some very important things for our country.
Yo, and you got to admit, bro, Trump funny as hell, bro. Out of all presidents, bro, Trump is like, he like really funny, bro. I'm not going to say like Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams funny, but for a president, that motherfucker funny, bro.
Everybody knows LT, right? LT, greatest ever. Lawrence Taylor, you look good. You could play right now, I think, LT. He only
oh, LT in the building.
Well, I'm delighted to be here with some of the truly great sports legends of all time as we formally announce the newest members of the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition. This is an important step in our mission to make America healthy again. It's something that's very important, what we're doing, very important. Dating back to the administration of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, this council has championed the vigor and strength and vitality of the American people. Today, we continue that very proud tradition. This group is led by two-time major champion and one of the greatest players in the world, one of the highest ranked, and he just had a phenomenal Open Championship, as you probably saw, shooting one round that wasn't so good, and then he came back with about a 65 or something. He was getting a birdie on every hole. They were worried he might not make the cut, and he made the cut by about 200 strokes. It was pretty amazing. And he had a great week, actually. And he's also the longest hitter of a golf ball, I think ever, but, you know, they say ever. I would say ever. And the longest in the world today, and it's Bryson DeChambeau. He's a great guy. Been my friend for a long time.
Hey, yo,
and
Trump can't help but be a salesman, bro.
Amateur career where he won the U.S. Amateur, I think once or twice. Did you win it?
It was once, and then the NCAA's as well.
Okay, you won a lot of other championships, but U.S. Amateur champion, and then, as you know, he won at Winged Foot, won the U.S. Open and Pinehurst, and Bryson has always been a phenomenal ambassador to sports and to golf, but to generally
J.D.
to life,
Vance in the
building. He's
building.
a smart guy and a good guy.
Got some legends in the building.
Country. We're also pleased to be joined by Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Bobby, you do a great job. He's got some
in the building.
big things happening, and he's got some big statements to be made very shortly in terms of over the next few months in terms of what they've been doing and finding answers to some
we got to watch this.
Very important questions. Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, who's phenomenal wherever you may be, Linda. Hi, Linda. What are you doing back there?
It's a lot of motherfuckers there. You can't see them, though.
I mean, look, you've been reading about her exploits and the job that she's been doing, and we're very proud of her. Council Executive Director, Catherine Granito. Thank you very much. Thank you. Great job. And several other new members of the council, including J.D.
Everybody lock in.
Fantastic Vice President.
We're going to get to the
Scott
good
Bessent,
shit after
We're
this.
making a lot of deals. We're making deals for trillions and trillions. Nobody's ever seen anything quite like it. We just made a couple of others a little while ago. I don't know if you'd be interested right now. I won't even bother telling you. This is about sports and about health. One of the best defensive players ever, I think probably acknowledged to be the greatest defensive player in the history of the NFL, a friend of mine for a long time. Too long, right,
Giants.
Lawrence Taylor, he's an incredible
Lawrence
guy.
Taylor.
And just been my friend a long time, haven't we? Huh? Knew him forever. One of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, a young guy still. He can kick it long. I think he's, I guess he's considered the best there is in the business, Harrison Butker. So, Harrison, where are you, Harrison? He's a handsome guy, by the way. It's usually not my thing, but he is a good-looking sucker. One of the truly greatest golfers ever to play on the LPGA Tour. A lot of people say the greatest female player ever. And a lot of people would say she's one of the best
this
players
motherfucker
ever.
is
She's
the
phenomenal.
best salesman
Played a lot of
ever,
golf
bro.
with Annika Sorenstam, and she's amazing.
That motherfucker can sell you air.
Really
this is the best
career,
air.
Hall of Famer by
This is the best air ever.
by the way.
It was ever
right
made.
At the top of the list.
They made this
era with us.
rating
Say
gods
hello to the family.
living room.
And she was here not so long ago with Gary Player, where she got the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and so did he. He's won 168 tournaments and 18 majors, 9 and 9, and she's the same in terms of the women's game. But that was a great time.
It's why I be trying to tell people, like, the one thing that Trump does, this is what he do. So he exaggerates shit for sure. You know what I'm saying? But he do be doing big shit. But he definitely be exaggerating. He gonna say, I forget his first name, but Buckner was the best kicker. Come on, stop it. David Akers was way better than him. What you talking about? But he can't help it but just sell anything. That motherfucker sell anything.
It was a great honor to give it to you. You really deserved it. It's the highest medal you can get outside of the Congressional Medal of Honor. That's the military
views
version.
is look crazy.
And the other is the Presidential Medal, and you got it.
Ain't
So thank you very much.
I need y'all to lock in with me.
14-time WWE World Champion, and he's a man who you're not going to mess around with. Even Bryson said, I think I'll take a pass on him, right? You're going to take. And he's another one who's been my friend for a long time. He's really an amazing athlete. Triple H.
He's standing right next to him.
Oh, that's still very strong. He's a strong guy. And it's great to have you. And you felt very strongly about this, about the council.
100%.
Yep. Well, it's a great honor to have you. Offensive lineman, NFL, very respected, very smart. Cody Campbell. Thank you, Cody, very much. Thank you very much. In addition to the people here, we have other council members that want to just pay their respects. One of the greatest players and athletes ever. You could say, when you look at records, there's probably nothing like it. Tiger and Jack. This is Jack. Tiger was here not so long ago getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom also. He's a fantastic guy. And on the council, we have Jack Nicklaus, and he sends his regards. We have Gary Player, one of the greats, Nellie Corder, who's
Trump,
phenomenal.
get past these names,
young,
dog.
I think you'd say great.
I'm about to fast
young,
forward these
the
names.
council to develop strategies to improve America's physical fitness and renew the American spirit, excellence, competitiveness, and sportsmanship. To that end, I'm pleased to announce that we're officially restoring the Presidential Fitness Test and the Presidential Fitness Award, and it's going to be a very big thing. From the late 1950s until the 2013.
You know what that means? That means no more participation trophies, people. You no longer are going to get a participation trophy just because you're there. You got to show up.
Graduate scholars all across our country competed against each other in the Presidential Fitness Test, and it was a big deal. This was a wonderful tradition, and we're bringing it back. I think Bryson and everybody here wanted to see if we could bring that back, and it's turned out to be very popular to do. My administration's also pressing forward with the important reforms in sports and athletics, and the group behind me and the others that I mentioned and others that I've asked to join. We have many great athletes I've asked to join the council, and we're going to let some of them come in. But they're going to also be working on college football in terms of what happened. It's a mess. What happened? It's what they're doing with college football, and the fans are upset about it. And players are being taken from team after team and being traded around like playing cards. And a lot of money's passing and nobody knows what's happening. So these people behind me are going to be very much involved in figuring that whole thing out and working on it and trying to bring some sanity to that incredible, not only the football, college sports, very, very bad for women. Very bad what's happening, because now all of a sudden there's no women that are able to get the money that they're talking about. You know, it seems to be going mostly to football, some basketball, and women's sports are being totally decimated. We know that, Annika, you know, with this. It's all going into football and some to basketball, and everything else is being left behind. And women are being left behind, and lesser sports are being left behind, and the Olympics is being decimated, because that was like
Hey yo, now since he brought this up, I wanna also say I was wrong about something, and I was wrong about a couple uh episodes ago. I was talking about the WNBA, and I said that Caitlin Clark, her rookie preseason, I think it was preseason opener, was the first sellout arena and sold out arena, and I was wrong. The WNBA has sold out arenas before. So I just wanted to say I was wrong about that. I'm allowed to be wrong, bro. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, dog. Fuck you.
Training for the Olympics, and now we're not going to have that many of those sports left. The smaller sports, they're almost going to be completely wiped out. This is crazy what's going on. We banned men from competing in women's sports, and last week the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee announced that they will be complying with that order, so there won't be men playing in women's sports. That seemed
That's
like an
good.
easy one. They say it's an 80-20 issue
I know, right?
during the campaign. I said,
That's
no, that's not
crazy.
80-20. That's
99-1.
97-3. Maybe it's 98-2, perhaps. And last Thursday, we terminated
That's a fact.
third-party pay-for-play schemes in collegiate athletics and effectively saving. We saved college sports, but now we have to make it. We have to heal it because it's really a mess. It's a real mess. This council will play an important role in shaping these new policies and ensuring that we preserve the American athletic tradition for many generations to come. And in the years ahead, we'll have the chance to showcase our nation's athletic dominance in the world stage as we host the America 250. So we have America 250, and we have, it's going to be incredible, the Patriot Games. But we have the Ryder Cup, we have the President's Cup, we have the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So we have the World Cup here, we have the 2028 Olympics. So when they cheated on the election and they picked somebody that wasn't supposed to be there, I was very upset before that because I got the Olympics and I got the World Cup. I was the one that did it. I can't say I got America 250. It just happened to be 200. I'd like to take credit for that, but I don't think I'll be able to. But we have a big thing coming up. But I was very upset because I got them, and it was skipped an election season. And so it took place in the next term after the term that we were supposed to have. And I was extremely angry. And then when I won, I said, wait a minute, I think I just picked up the Olympics and I just picked up the World Cup. So it worked out sort of cool. But I want to, again, thank everybody in the council. They want to work, too. These are people that really, we only do it by request.
Hit that like button.
People, they want to work and they want to make things better. And I hope they can make college sports better. They can heal it. They can find a solution. It's not going to be that easy. But you have a lot of smart people. So I'd like to begin by introducing Bryson to say a few words, and then we'll have Triple H, and we'll have a couple of other people say something, and then I'm going to sign that good-looking couple of pieces of paper, and it means a lot. It's going to be a very important council, and thank you all for being here. Bryson, please.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. And first off, I'd like to say thank you to President Trump and Vice President Vance for your support and this initiative and council. And to be honest, I never would have thought that this opportunity would have been here right at our doorstep. We have an opportunity at being the 70th anniversary of the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition to literally change the fabric of kids' lives. And our first initiative is to bring back and reignite the President's Fitness Test, and then also reestablish some key other metrics on guidelines around building some communities, and also, again, with the President's initiatives around college, we think we can help in that regard too. But we've got a great established council with us that we believe we can change the fabric of our communities and kids' livelihoods for the future generations that are to come. I can't thank you guys enough, and looking forward to making massive changes in kids' lives and in our America's future. Thank you.
Real quick. Here we go. I want to go to RFK real quick.
First of all, 60 a month after he won.
All right, let's see.
In December of 1960, a month after he won the election, my uncle, who was about to be president, wrote an article for Sports Illustrated called The Soft American, and he was lamenting the fact that America had prided itself on its beef jerky toughness, and that we were losing that. We were falling behind Europeans, we were falling behind other nations, and he was signaling with that article that he was going to make physical fitness of our kids the centerpiece of his administration. And I'm so grateful to President Trump for bringing back this tradition. I was talking to Paul before we went in here. We were part of the Council on Physical Fitness when we were kids. And you had to do sit-ups, you had to do pull-ups, you had to do shuttle runs, you had to do 1 mile runs. And they awarded the top 15% with a patch and with recognition and with certificates.
Not
and
the
for
loser.
Me, it was a huge item of pride when I was growing up. And we need to reinstill that spirit of competition and that spirit and that commitment to nutrition and physical fitness. And I'm so grateful to President Trump for your leadership in bringing this back for our country.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Representing the
All right.
women in sports, please.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Kids are healthier, they're happier, they
All
do
right,
better when
so
they're out
let's
there,
do
they're being
this.
active,
Let's
they're
go
playing
to
in
him
sports, they're hanging
signing.
out with their friends.
Okay, let's sign this.
Let's sign this bad boy.
Let's sign this for Linda. She's doing pretty well, right? Linda's amazing. Good job.
Enough of the obese children. It's time to make America healthy again, people.
Okay, we got it. I think we're good.
Let's clap it up.
We'll pass them around, please.
All right. So he passed the bill to basically, I guess, believe that he's trying to wants to bring fitness back, to the children, to the schools. And that's good, man, And yeah, man, fuck that participation trophy shit, man. You want to raise, when you got boys and girls too. If you might have a daughter that's in the sports and she wants to play basketball, or softball, whatever. You don't want them to accept just being on the field is good enough, or just losing is good enough. Like, nah, man, you want to raise winners. Winners. There's no better feeling than winning. And I raise my kids to be winners, bro. Fuck all that participation trophy shit. My son come home talking about, look, Dad, I got a trophy for just being there. I'm going to throw that shit in the trash. I need you to at least, at the minimum, be putting in work. You know what I'm saying? I need to see growth. From the start to the finish, I need to see some growth and you excelling at something. You know what I mean? If you started and finished and you the same, like, nah, I'm not with that. I'm not sitting there saying you got to be on some Joe Jackson shit and beat your kids into being the fucking greatest fucking singer and dancer of all time. I ain't saying all that, but But anyway, on to news about Shannon Sharpe. Cat Williams shot in the morning. Shit coming to a head.
Brown is the first head on the left on
Not
my
my
Rushmore.
boy
The
Shannon.
first one. The first one. Yeah.
The blasphemy coming out of your mouth.
ET can confirm Shannon Sharpe out at ESPN, less than 2 weeks after settling a $50 million lawsuit with an ex who accused him of rape.
I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about.
Sharpe hadn't appeared on the
Yo, man, this shit crazy. It was a money grab. Like, yo, Cat Williams tried to warn him. He tried to warn him, but, he had to go run behind it. I believe the girl was white. Young girl. I believe she was real young. Way younger than him, at least, listen, man, when you're a celebrity, bro, you really gotta watch how you move and who you fucking with. And, come on, bro. If you're 50, 60 years old and you fucking with a joint that's in her, early 20s or mid 20s. Come on, my nigga. Come on, my nigga. And then I heard a recording of him saying something like, he was saying something, but it wasn't in the way they tried to make it. It was kind of him just talking shit or whatever. But you know, she had to record the message, the conversation in order for it to be leaked and for people to have the actual audio. He's not gonna leak it himself, so obviously she did it. So you can see it's things like that that gives you the, you know, like the conclusion that, you know, she definitely was trying to frame him for something. Come on, rape, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, man. It's just certain, like, come on. It's just certain things that you just like. I just don't see it, bro. I don't see for what. You know, this guy got money from the NFL, podcasting, doing very good for itself. Like, I don't see it being like tremendously hard to get some pussy. Come on, rape, out of control.
Network since the suit was filed more than 3 months ago and planned to return for the start of the NFL preseason. He was less than a year into a new multi-year deal. ESPN has declined to comment. ET has also reached out to Sharpe's legal team. In the 13-page complaint obtained by ET in April, Sharpe's ex-girlfriend claimed she was raped by the Hall of Fame tight end several times at the end of last year and the beginning.
So you telling me this nigga raped you more than once? Bro, this be the bullshit, bro. More than several times? Woody had you locked in the basement? You was in the closet for 6-7 months? Oh, come on, bro. That's bullshit. Well, she definitely dug in that nigga pockets.
In 2025. She also said he threatened to kill her, beat her up, and recorded sexual encounters without her consent.
My career is all about real talk and honesty. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right.
In the end, the accuser's attorney says, quote, both sides acknowledged a long-term consensual and tumultuous relationship. A resolution was reached after respectful negotiations. The terms of the settlement haven't been disclosed.
Of course she gonna settle. She probably settled for some, if the joint was 50 mil, she probably settled for a little 5, 10. She cool with that. She like, damn, I mean, fuck with a nigga for about a year, sucked him, fucked him real quick, recorded some audio, and set his dumb ass up. Goofy.
I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again?
This comes amid reports that the Club Shay Shay host may be negotiating a substantial deal for his media empire, expected to exceed $100 million. It's unclear how this news could affect his payout.
You really are the best. You've proven it here today.
Damn, they done got my boy. They done got my boy Shannon. Man, every time you turn around, man, motherfuckers just getting into some shit. Motherfuckers just can't keep your ass. Go listen, bro. Shannon Sharpe is too motherfucking old to be trying to be fucking around, tricking and shit, bro. Because that's all you doing. Let's be honest. You know, these niggas got money. You know, they can go buy a bag. They can go, you know, all these fancy dinners, give them a lifestyle that they never seen or had before, whatever. But most of these women, I seen a video the other day on my guy, it's right there, man. Anton Daniels, right? That's my boy, man. He be talking this shit. Go check him out, man, at Anton Daniels. He played a video, bro, of this light-skinned girl, right? She was talking about how she went out on a date with a Lakers player, and she was just running down this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But she talked about how she Googled the nigga, how much he was worth, this and that. Bro, this is what they do. This is 2025, bro. They getting all the information. They saying where you at, what hotels you be at. Like, she was really, like, she was on point. This wasn't her first time doing this. Like, you could tell she be fucking NBA and NFL players on a regular. You know what I'm saying? Just to, because for them, they get a little trip, get a bag, get this, whatever. They out here selling the nana. The nana for sale. Anyway, on to this next story with my boy Gilbert Arenas. They got
Former
Gilbert.
NBA star Gilbert Arenas has been charged with allegedly running a high-end illegal gambling business out of a Los Angeles mansion where high-stakes poker games are played. Now, Arenas and a half dozen others are scheduled to be arraigned on several charges in Los Angeles. And ABC News' Alex Stone has more for us. Alex?
Kana, yeah, Gilbert Arenas.
Hey, yo, real quick, so what, you can't gamble on your own time? Like, what, you gotta have a fucking a gambler's license or something to gamble? That's crazy. Like, you can't. So hold on. So you telling me in your own home you can't get a group of guys and everybody put up a little 50, their type of money. They probably putting up big 50, 100,000. Everybody put a little 100 in the pot, get their certain amount of chips, last 3 minutes, get a certain amount of money, or like a tournament style thing. What's wrong with that? How's that illegal?
Arenas is a big name, former NBA star, played on the Warriors, the Wizards, the Magic, a number of different teams. And these charges coming as a surprise. He's been in the news recently because his son, who is a star USC recruit, was in a Tesla truck crash and was injured in that. So their name has been around. Gilbert Arenas does a number of podcasts and other things now. So he's quite well known even after his NBA time. But what federal prosecutors are alleging is that he has been running this high-level, illegal poker operation out of a home in the Encino area of L.A., and not just having a couple of buddies come by and play poker, but that this was a very well-planned out, well-organized operation with 5 other co-conspirators involved in this, including a member of an Israeli transnational crime group, according to federal prosecutors. But they say that this was something where they had hired women who would help out in the operation and give what they call companionship to those who were playing in the game, that they had armed security guards, that they had chefs that were hired for all of these, and that a lot of money was involved. They had security guards to make sure the wrong people weren't getting into all of this. They had a rake, a fee, the house charges. So they say this was well organized. All were arrested today. A number of agencies involved. Arenas was arrested today as well, facing charges that, if convicted, everybody involved could get 5 years in federal prison. Kana?
Wow, quite the discovery there, Alex Stoner. Thanks to you.
Crazy.
Marcus Moore.
They done got my boy, Gilbert. That's crazy though, man. Like, I just be looking at stuff like that, like, come on, man, you already successful, man. I mean, I guess it's easier said than done, and some things, you just can't get away from if you just into certain type of things, I guess. I don't know, man. But, I'm pretty sure Gilbert Arenas is doing good for himself. He got a successful podcast, and, he had a good NBA career. Like, I just don't see, I guess the money too good, man. Some things people just, can't shake. But I could listen, they locked Mike Vick up for dog fighting. I'm just saying. Shit. 5 years, man. Just think about that, man. When I was talking about it, I talked about it a while ago. Like, yo, Diddy is really locked up right now. Like, he really in the county and the feds, wherever he at, he really eating top ramen with the hot water. You know what I mean? With the chili cheese, hot mac, all like, that's crazy. All that money, man. All that money, and quickly, boom, gone. You know, I heard Gilbert got out on bond or something like that. You know, it's gonna be he fighting it from he gonna fight it from the streets. It's gonna be a while before anything even come of that. More than likely he gonna, you know, get a good lawyer, you know, put some money out there, probably get community service or something. I don't know. I know Gilbert a hood nigga, but I don't know if he ever been arrested for anything like that. But I don't see him doing no time for this, man. It's not that crazy, to be honest. But like I said, they locked Vic up for fighting dogs. Not saying that it's a good thing or nothing. I'm just saying, you know. And I don't think Vic ever been to jail or anything like that. That was like his first, you know, situation, and they gave that motherfucker 2 years. And they be making examples out of motherfuckers, man. Unfortunately, you know, listen, I'm gonna be honest. The justice system is definitely biased. I'll shout. But let's get into Petty Cam. Cam being petty. You know, Gillie, I didn't play this cut that he's gonna play. I wanted to, but I was kind of, like I said in that video, I was kind of doing, I wasn't really focused. But I wanted to play this cut, but I was kind of rushing and doing too much. But he's gonna play, I think, a little bit of it for the most part. And let's see what Cam talking about with this, you know, because Gillie came at him and shit. So this is kind of getting a little, I know for a fact Gillie coming back for sure. He's definitely gonna come back. Let's get into this real quick. Where we at? All right.
Good. So now we talking about the man that said the tight jean wearing, bow tie,
the moment
jersey
that
wearing,
we all been waiting for.
You know?
Hey, good day, Cam Newton. I seen you came at me because I said Jalen Hurts did what you couldn't do. That was win a Super Bowl.
Press pause right there. Let me make this abundantly clear. There will not be no playing with my name. There will not be no playing with my career. This is all entertainment here. You did it. Now it's time for me to do it. But what I'm going to do, I'm not going to speak in excessive verbiage or, describing you. I'm just going to speak facts. Keep playing the video, and my point will be made.
All in your feelings. Man, shut your tight jean wearing ass up, man. You had on a jersey with a bow tie, you corny ass nigga. Get out of here, nigga. You will never be able to f with Jalen Hurts, nigga. You super goofy, corny ass nigga. Get out of here, nigga.
Okay, right there. I know why you in your feelings, Gillie.
Why you in his feelings, Cam?
Was it the album comment?
That kind of struck a nerve.
Where I'm from, Gillie, we stab and we twist. I don't know how to be the bigger person. Wise words was told to me. They say, when you go low, hell, I go to hell. You dig what I'm saying? And that's where I'm about to go. So let's bring up your actual facts and your actual stats. Gillie, when I'm looking at your rap career, as people will know you to be, they know Cam as a football player, now hot podcaster, content creator. Gillie did not chart any solo singles on the Billboard Hot 100. Philadelphia didn't do no numbers? Dang, that's all right. Former member of Major Figures, all right.
Trying to play my boy Gillie,
late 90s
man.
and early 2000s. Where was Cam? I was like in middle school. All right. Then there was this beef between you and Wheezy Baby. And there's so much to be said here. And we've known you to do a lot of things, but one thing that I ain't never known you to be or do, Gillie, you ain't never been great at nothing. But he has, though.
What?
The only great thing that Gillie does and has done, he's a great mascot. Big hat, dancing around, yeah, getting them going. Mascot, glorified mascot. When I pull up your rap career, there's not anything great there. When I pull up anything about Gillie, very skeptical.
Hey, yo, you can tell, like, Cam laughing and shit, but he really hot on the inside. He ain't like them comments, man.
Cool, very questionable career. Therefore, which makes it, how did Gillie get into this content creating arena?
Yeah.
He had to do this. I'm just enjoying doing this. Gillie, let's understand here. I really have real money. Buddy, relax, okay? Now, with that being said, you said that you could buy me, and I'm a little boy in this space, correct?
Yeah.
Gillie, we all know about content creating is you can be hot today and not tomorrow, similar to your rap. Well, we can't relate on a lot of things, Gillie. The only thing that we can relate is that you are a great mascot.
That's on Philadelphia.
Philadelphia? An album. That flopped. And if it wasn't for Wallow, all credibility on $1 million worth of game will be really at question because he has a wisdom about him. Wallow, that is.
Yeah.
I respect that. And I also respect Gillie.
Yeah.
But if we're speaking facts here, Gillie, the only great thing that you have done in recent memory is become a mascot for the Philadelphia Eagles. Respectfully, brother.
Hey, yo.
In the words of
Yo,
Petty
kid.
Cam, we cannot relate.
Yo, kid, Petty.
While you're dancing on the sideline, I was in the game. While you were beefing with so-called members of your community, I was making money, a lot of it. So please understand, when you have these verbal threats of this or that, these antics, so to speak, that you're known to do, running around Philadelphia in a big old hat or a helmet, dancing around, getting people riled up. And it's so sad because when I said your name, most people didn't know who you were. They said, who, Gillie? Who is that? Man, you know the dude that be walking around with the big old hat? Oh, that dude. Man, don't take him serious. That's the narrative about you, guy. You see what I'm saying? But you're talking about me and my bow tie. Man, I think I look real good in my little... This is a handkerchief or a bandana, brother. So before you go off on your little rants and your tangent, you could never. All right? Now, I left a comment in your video, and I don't know if you read it. I'll paraphrase it. You can't beat me in nothing, Gillie. And I mean nothing. That's basketball, that's football, that's baseball, that's rock, paper, scissors, that's chess, that's checkers, that's tennis, that's golf.
Hey, yo.
Well, I don't like bringing this person out. And let's just refrain from speaking on my name because I'll stay in my lane and you stay in your lane. And there will always be respect to you and your platform. All I'm asking for is respect. But just be mindful how you use and you talk about me. Because one thing about my dog, old Google, it wasn't too much to find about you, big dog. And that's sad. But I'm rooting for you. I'm going to subscribe to $1 million worth of game, not because of you, because of Wallow. I can do this too, Gillie. So I will be looking for your petty response. And this is my challenge to you, Gillie. Try to refrain from using the N-word in every sentence or a curse word or explicit word in every sentence. It doesn't look good on you, bro. And it makes you sound ignorant. Come on. Use your nouns and your verbs and pronouns and your adjectives, brother. Not just every word being a curse word. And that's my point.
Hey,
I mean, $1 million worth of game. I like $1 million worth of game.
I do too.
I like Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
That's
I
what
think
I'm
your
saying.
point that you made about him was right. We don't see what he does.
Every time Cam Newton makes a point, some way, shape, form, it always comes back to the comparing of Cam Newton and his performance in his career.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. That's why we did this exercise over the last couple of weeks to get personal with people's personal career, just to let them know and let them feel how it feels to be compared. And that's always the take. Cam's bitter. Cam's mad. He's just mad because he didn't do what he did. That's not the case. It's a valid point. Let's agree to disagree. Respect to not respect the take, but it's just a take.
So many people make takes and it's like, I don't agree with what you said versus I don't agree with the person. So you are right about that. I think your microphone is so loud, though, that it's like so many people say so much outlandish stuff. And that is a question. It's like, dang, y'all take what you say and run with it. And that's a question mark, too. It's like, why is it like I can't disagree with somebody?
It's just lazy.
It's like we're not gonna debate Cam, but we're just gonna talk about everything within
Let's
USU.
put our brains to the match and say, okay, what is Cam really saying here? He's not top 10. Why? Why is he not saying that he's top 10?
All right, man. All right. Hold on. I'm missing something. What the heck? Oh, my bad. Wrong. All right, man. Y'all wanna see the rest of that show, man? Go to 4th and 1 on YouTube and check out Cam Newton, man. Yo, man, I fuck with Cam Newton, man. Cam dope. He still was wrong. I don't give a fuck what he talking about. I do respect it, though, because it does have everybody talking about it, you know? And my boy Jalen Hurts is top 3. He's number 2. Right behind Patrick Mahomes. But he's coming for it. He's coming for it, people. But, you know, it's all fun and games and back and forth. Man, I respect the whole, you know. But listen, I can respect. I do. Like when I go back, I went back and I looked at what Ken was talking about. He had some good points. I just didn't respect the fact that he put Jaden Daniels, for instance, above. Come on, bro. Jaden Daniels, great player, you know, but he only had 1 year. He did great, and I respect that. But come on, bro. You know what you was doing. You knew it worked. It worked. Had everybody talking about it, bro. I give him that, bro. But shout out to Cam Newton, man. Shout out to Gillie, man. Shout out to every fucking body, man. You know, shout out to Donald Trump too, man, making big moves, big motherfucking moves in the political arena, man. Ain't nobody fucking with Donald Trump, man. He gonna go down as the GOAT. He's gonna go down as the GOAT, man. So, hold on real quick because I don't like what's going on. My joint a little choppy. Right at the end, it starts chopping up. Hold on. Let me see something. Was locking in. Didn't quite, you know, stay as long as I wanted them to, but it's all good. It's all love. Eventually, you know, things will, you know, it's always going to go up and elevate because, you know, consistency is key to anything that you're doing. And as long as I stay consistent, people going to lock in with me. They're going to show love. You know, I ain't looking for support. I want people to be here because they enjoy the show. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Whether you watch it now, watch it later, it doesn't even matter, man. Just lock in and make sure you hit that subscribe button for sure, man. But shout out to Donald Trump making big moves and everything that he's doing, man. He's trying to make America. He is. I ain't saying trying, because there's no such thing as trying. It's either you do or you don't. Donald Trump is doing everything that he promised he would do when he was campaigning. And some. Fuck all that Jeffrey Epstein shit and on all them files and all of that stuff. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, who cares? All I care about gas going down. I care about putting more money in my pocket. All that. And I hope you do too. So if you care about that, look at that. Look at the things that really matter, that benefit you and your family. You know what I'm saying? Stop worrying about shit that just doesn't matter, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Even the thing with Barack Obama. Who really cares? I don't. I'm just saying, man. And I hope you feel the same, man. But shout out to Donald Trump. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Shannon Sharpe, man. Stop. Come on, bro. Stop. Stop fucking with them Young Jones, bro. Come on, bro. You heard Monique. She told you, man. You need your little fat girl. Cook you some motherfucking ham hocks and all that shit you like. Cat Williams tried to warn you, man. Come on now. You in the hole, man. You in the hole now. You know what I'm saying? She done got you. She done got you, man. Now she about to ride around in a little BMW, little Birkin and all that on you. You know what I mean? But, you know, hopefully, man, he you know, everything go good with his show when he get back on his feet. Because, you know, we know he ain't raped that girl, man. That's just what it is. I don't even want to talk about that because that shit just corny. It blows my shit. It is what it is, man. And also, shout out to Gilbert Arenas, man. Hope everything goes good for you, man. But listen, you got money. You don't need to be, come on, gamble with the homies for a couple grand, have some fun. But I don't, this all allegedly, I don't know. know what I'm saying? But hopefully everything go good with him, man. I don't want to see another, another, influencer in this industry who doing great things in this podcast space, get caught up in the weird shit, man, And, shout out to Gillie and shout out to Petty Cam. You know what I'm saying? That shit was funny, man. But, yo, make sure y'all go lock in with all these guys. Subscribe to their channel. If you're not already, you probably is. Also, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to my channel. And I truly, truly appreciate it. And I love y'all. And until tomorrow, man, this your boy, SL550. I'm out.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
a poor man prayers.
Every man bleeds,
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.